The review of Harukana received. Like, comment, and subscribe. In beach volleyball, there is no room for aces. To achieve victory, each player must find their one irreplaceable partner that they can rely on in a court of sand. At least this is what Hakuro Ozawa learned on her first day in Okinawa after moving in with her grandmother and her cousin, Kita Higuri. While touring a nearby beach, Hakura stumbles upon some girls practicing beach volleyball and is quickly invited to join. This friendly practice game suddenly turns into a match with one of the girls, Naruto, known as Kayate, approaching the court. Although the two suffer a devastating defeat, Hakura finally realized the reason for her cousin's quiet and distant behavior. Kanana and Narumi used to be an exceptional talent beach volleyball duo until Kayate quit due to her short height, causing problems for Narumi. Now, with the junior tournament just weeks away, Hakura must learn the intricacies of competitive beach volleyball and help Kayate overcome her crippling anxiety towards the sport she once used to love. This has about 12 episodes. It has another spin-off or sequel to it. Not really sure what the adaptation for it really is. It's based off a manga series. It is a slice of life sports. Each episode is 23 minutes per episode, and it's rated PG-13. Now I think for this one, for Hanako Received, I think it's either could be an OVA for it, not really a sequel, because there hasn't been any release date for a sequel just quite yet. One thing that I like about this anime, which is talking about the main story of beach volleyball and the competitive nature of it, kind of reminds me of the Olympics version of the beach volleyball, but they're not really going to Olympics, they're just doing the junior competition for their class and their ranking and their age. But I think in the beginning, this with the animation and the premise of it, it's first to either overlook it or not really pay much mind to it, because the whole premise are girls in bathing suits, bikini style, what you may have it, playing beach volleyball, and then you'll be correct. But I think it goes more beyond that. It shows the idea of coming together as an interest for beach volleyball that trends more into a very more powerful narrative of how competitive beach volleyball can be, but also the people that shroud it in the story and the force of it. I feel like you rarely hear people talk about this anime and the manga itself, because the manga can be a very different variant from the anime when it's adapted one versus the other, and depending on what things get easily translated or stay true to the very part of it. I feel like with 9% of the episodes being focusing on the beach volleyball, the training of it, I think it does a good job of recognizing the two main characters that are very character driven for the story, and a good balance of plot driven for the story, especially focusing on the characters' very different height differences because of the beach volleyball. And I think normally in beach volleyball, the pairs or teams that are usually playing, they're normally the same height, but this time it does into account of what happens if the partners were two different heights and how would they use it to their advantages and disadvantages to overcome these struggles that they face. I feel like both of the characters are really fleshed out really well, either they are related as a family sense. I think overall having these two pair as they go on this journey of being beach volleyball players and teammates, it shows how one person is easily what's what I'm looking for, swept up in the moment of it, while another character's I enjoyed it, but something traumatic, not only traumatic happened, but something happened where I don't love it as I used to be the same sport, and just kind of stepped away from it, and then she was brought back into it. I think it does a good job for the plot and the story to each understand each of the individual characters and where their perspective is coming from for the love of the sport of being beach volleyball, for that be for fun or competitive. And in this nature between the two characters, it shows the different roles that each character has to display in this tournament, especially for volleyball players. And I feel also throughout the journey you're able to meet their rivals in some sense, without giving too much about who these rivals are, and they'll kind of give a hint of a little bit of one of their rivals and trying to overcome the obstacles that stand in their way. Mind you, this is a very simple plot, so you won't get truly lost in the story. There's not a lot of filler episodes, because it's only around 12 episodes. So you see all these characters that are introduced in the progression of each episode, which is totally fine. That way you're not overwhelmed with a bunch of characters that you'll only see once or twice and never again, because then they introduce another range of different characters. But this one, the cast is very small, very simple, so you get to know all the characters, all their backstory, all their different personalities and the quirks that make them basically tick, I would say. And it does a good job of representing each player that they face, each team, and their issues that they deal with, And I think overall, if they had tried to expand this anime for a couple more episodes, we could have seen them go to the tournament as a whole. But other than that, the story was fantastic. Does do a lot of comedy, some typical cliche gags here and there. It does do a lot of emotional drama, friendship drama, and how to overcome those. I feel like, since the setting is in Okinawa, and it's a beautiful place in Japan, from what I've heard and look at pictures, and when they do convey the environment of this beautiful landscape, it's very vibrant colors, very summer-like atmosphere, and near the beaches, so you're gonna have a lot of sand everywhere in that case. But I think not only does it focus on that aspect, it does focus more like what the characters wear for their swimsuits, because they are doing competitive beach volleyball, so the tire has to be somewhat easier, that way the sand so they not get caught up in certain places. I think you know what I mean when I say that. It could be a lot of walking fancies as you might first glance, but if you can get past that, it does rely on a way to show the competitive nature of beach volleyball, which we always seen on like the Summer Olympics, which is a good job, emphasizing like the characters' teamwork and how they development, how they help each other out, how the practicing is going. And I think overall the soundtrack is a bop. I really love it. Just bring out the whole feel for the entire series as a whole. I think, however, if you look beyond like the fan service and like the exposed skin, I think you could truly see the message that the anime was trying to convey in this series, with it being only short 12 episodes. I think it shows the balancing of character development and the growth between the two main characters and the rivals that they face on a daily basis. I think overall this is the anime. I would give it like a 6.9 out of 10. I would love to give it higher, but I just couldn't. But overall, I thoroughly enjoyed the series. I loved it as a whole. I love how they show like the dynamic of beach volleyball and the competitive nature, and what toll it takes on two people who have different loves for the sport. And I think if you really enjoy that, I think this is the anime for you as well. Thanks for tuning in this review. I hope you give this video a big thumbs up. Let me know that you liked it, and don't forget to comment down below in the comment section what anime you want me to review next, or you have any suggestions. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more contents and more videos, and I will see you soon. Bye.